Electric Boogaloo. It was the sequel to Breakin', which makes this movie so interesting, put out by Canon Films that no longer exists. I think they were supposed to come back, but that's another story. This movie was done in 1984. And what's odd about that is the first movie was put out in 1984. So you had Breakin' 1 in 1984, then Breakin' 2 Electric Boogaloo. Now, if you grew up in the 80s, man, this was some of my, these are my wonder years. You remember that show? Great show, but I grew up on these movies. You know, they got a lot of cheesy, corny lines and even some corny dancing, but for the most part, it was, wholesome fun. Not all of it, but, especially for the times, is nothing like we see now. But, all movies seem to have something I disagree with. But as a child growing up, I wanted to dance like Turbo, who was played by, or the real life name of Turbo is Boogaloo Shrimp. Shabba-Doo played Ozone. Lucinda Dickey played Kelly. Together they played their group in the movie was called TKO for Turbo Kelly Ozone. It's a boxing channel. You know it as Technical Knockout, of course. But yeah, it's just a fun movie. No serious messages, nothing too deep, The first one, they were trying to fight for credibility in the dance world, and they got it. Second movie, they're fighting to keep their recreation center in the streets of Los Angeles. And, I thought Turbo was just the best dancer, man. This dude, you remember the broom scene in Breaking One? If you haven't seen it, go check it out. A lot of people have tried to, redo it. And Poppin' Pete is in Breaking One. I don't know why he wasn't in Breaking Two. Well, I heard the story, but I can't remember. But Poppin' Pete was in Breaking One, and they don't show how great of a dancer that this guy really was, man. I thought Turbo was the best dancer. I see Poppin' Pete to this day still dancing better than anyone I've ever seen. He's teaching classes overseas and stuff. I mean, I've never seen this dude lose a battle. So I was like, man, this guy is so impressive. And, like I said, these movies are just some fun movies to watch, Like I said, no real agenda, not really. Maybe I can think of some parts maybe, but no real heavy agendas. And you can see Van Damme is an extra in Breaking One in the background wearing the onesie, the spandex onesie, and his other homie that's in I think it's Bloodsport. He's in it too in the background. I didn't even realize that guy was in it till recently. But this was a movie that you should check out if you grew up in the 80s. I know you go back and watch it a lot, but if you haven't seen it, for the younger generation, go check it out. Try to get over the little cheesy, corny lines, But I see a lot of positive comments from people in the younger generation when they see movies like this. They say things like, man, I wish I grew up in the 80s. And, people that did grow up then, it nearly brings them to tears to think how the world used to be. And, there was always crazy stuff going on in the world, but it's not like it is today. I mean, look at the faces on this picture right here. Look how everybody looks to be happy here. And this ain't acting. Shabba-Doo didn't even audition for this movie. They gave it to him. So 1984, Electric Boogaloo, Breakin' 2. They were supposed to put out a Breakin' 3 years later. Never happened. They couldn't all agree to what they wanted to do. There's a bad movie I did a review on a long time ago called Rappin'. I mean, horrendous. It is so cringe. You will laugh so hard, you will have tears coming out of your eyes. Some people say it's the sequel to, or the third installment of the Breakin' movies. It has no connection other than maybe a production company, but none of the actors from the Breakin' movies are in that. So that movie's terrible. If I just need to laugh, I watch that. But Breakin' 2, Electric Boogaloo, man, The 1980s were something special. Fun times, fun times. Anyway, it's the J. Roos Theory. If you wish to donate to the J. Roos Theory, the Cash App is $J Roos33, and Roos is spelled ROOS 33. Channel number 2 in WJ. If you want to inbox me or DM me on Instagram, it's the J. Roos Theory over there too. LSR forever and be fearless. The 80s. When I think about it, there were some crazy times in the 80s, but I don't know. I guess as a child or nostalgia or something, it just don't really seem like it. It was just different. Anyway, thanks for watching. See y'all next time. If you choose to watch the J. Roos Theory, that is. Like I said, LSR forever. Be fearless. Yay.